I live for this day, every day, sharing my hopes and dreams that my heart whispers in every way. Are you ready to be vulnerable as I welcome you to the Cindy Garza podcast? Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to episode 4 of the Cindy Garza podcast. I'm your host, Cindy Garza. Today we are full on in fall weather here in Paris. Got my cozy sweater. Definitely not what I'm going to wear out because it's probably going to get dirty. And this is like an indoor kind of sweater kind of thing. But it is really raining outside. I tried to keep the window open so that you could hear it, but it would have affected the sound quality. So I kept it cracked so you can get a little bit of that effect. Hopefully it comes through. And yeah, I also have a little cold, so this cozy vibes is healing me inside. But anyway, we're going to get into this week's episode by backtracking to last Sunday. Last Sunday, I was overthinking every detail of the day. I woke up late, by the way, and it took me a while to get out of the house. You know, breakfast, getting ready, my outfit. I really had wanted to do a photo shoot, but I was not feeling well the day before and slept in so that I could recover. And I think that was really important because I was respecting my boundaries, my body, trying to get it to heal. So that was all well and good. But I had been really excited to do a photo shoot in this particular outfit. So I was like, do I still wear the outfit? Do I still try to do the photo shoot even though it's much later in the day? I was so wrapped up in my own head. And that was really it, being wrapped up in my own head. I stepped into the day being fully immersed in my head. I was so closed off that I wasn't able to see the beauty of the day. That's what it was. I was so closed off that I couldn't see the beautiful things going on. I couldn't feel and be in that gratitude state of mind. I just felt so bleh on the inside, and it really impacted my day. So I was walking around not feeling any joy and just feeling really sad, honestly. And despite trying to do the photo shoot, pictures were just okay, but whatever, at least I tried. I went back that evening and I was thinking to myself, okay, what can I do to help and better my mental health? Like, what helps me? And one, if for sure, is when I take too long to get out of this apartment. If I leave this apartment at 1 in the afternoon, one, not only do I feel guilty because I should be exploring the city, I'm only here for a finite amount of time. And two, I think it also helps to get up in the morning because every single time I get up really early to support my friends or for a photo shoot or to go for a run, I feel really good inside. I feel alive inside as I'm walking around the city and the sunrise is just starting to come up. The city's waking up and I'm walking around and I just feel so I can't help but feel happy and grateful. And I think that there's something so special about that sunrise energy, that sunrise, I don't know, just waking up before that and just feeling that new beginning, if you will, that new beginning every day. And it allows me to be in that mindset of gratitude and allow me to see the beauty of the city, even in the smallest of things, walking across the bridge and just seeing the views. It's something so simple. So Monday, I tried to do that. I woke up early, went for a run to the Luxembourg Garden. It was beautiful. Got to run around that area, the garden, and it was so cool. It was so beautiful. And I ran back. It wasn't even something so intense. It was like a 20-minute run, nothing crazy, but I felt good. I got ready quickly, and I wasn't going to wear this one outfit. I loved it. I was like, oh, maybe I should save it for another day. Well, guess what, honey? Another day is another day. We are in today, and you're going to wear that outfit because you love it. So another day will come, and you can either find another outfit or wear the same one. Who cares? So I did. I wore it, and I'm so happy I did because it made me so happy. I think sometimes we love something so much, at least I do this, and I don't know why I do this. I find something really like that I love. I overcomplicate things sometimes. I overcomplicate things when it can be so simple. It really can be. And so, walked out in that really cute outfit, loved it. And I had myself a day. I went and walked over to a museum. Ended up being closed, but that's okay. The Rodin Museum, by the way, is closed on Mondays. So, just FYI. Went and had a beautiful lunch. Tried the beef tartare. Raw meat, basically. But it's prepared in a way that you won't get sick. And it was delicious. Had that with the fries and had a little espresso martini because why not? Had some coffee afterwards to wake me up a bit and walked over to Musée d'Armée, Army Museum, and then afterwards the Musée de l'Ordre, Museum of Order, I believe. And that was all really inspiring. Honestly, it was very beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to hit off a lot of museums this week, and it was a great start to that week. Afterwards, it was closer to 5 already, so most of the museums were closing. I went to the Seine cruise, did that. Oh, it was so beautiful to see all the different rivers from a different point of view. I kept taking pictures of all these beautiful clouds, and afterwards, it started downpouring. But thankfully, it was not downpouring when I was on the cruise, which was, kind of would have been ruined the experience a little bit. And I went over to the Eiffel Tower tour that I had. I had like 30 minutes, so it was perfect. I walked over there, was definitely drenched, but you know what? It's okay. We got in, went up the elevators all the way up, and then waited in line for the other one. By this point, it was getting late. It was probably like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it was closer to 9. And my friend had told me that every hour it sparkles, Eiffel Tower sparkles, because it lights up, but it doesn't sparkle all the time anymore. It's just once an hour, like every hour for a couple minutes. So it was like 8:50. And I was freezing by this point because it was so windy up there. I'm drenched and I'm wearing this like blouse that's very thin with a skirt and my loafers, and I'm just soaked. But I hold out and I go all the way to the top. There's a place where you can be kind of inside, kind of like the Empire State Building, where you can kind of be inside for a little part of it, but also outside if you want to. And oh my gosh, it was so worth it. It was so cool. I was taking a video as it started to light up, and it was the most surreal experience ever. I got to see the city at night, and everyone was just cheering when it started sparkling, and it was such a beautiful memory that I will hold forever because, oh my gosh, seeing the Eiffel Tower sparkle is so beautiful. I think that's just so iconic. And so afterwards, I started walking, definitely could not handle my feet any longer, and ended up Ubering, but I didn't want to go home just yet. Got some crepes, Nutella and strawberries, so good, and walked home from there, and it was just the perfect day, and it was just the perfect day, and it helped me to see that my day doesn't always have to be so planned and so detailed and so thought out. I can go with the flow and have an idea, sure, a direction in which I want to go in, and do, but not be so set on, I have to do this, 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 and this in this order. No, because that's not how life works all the time. And I think sometimes I have to remind myself that, because I can really just get so in my head and overcomplicate things when they don't need to be. And I had to share that because it made a difference to me, day and night, Sunday versus Monday. And I hope that resonates with anyone, and just kind of helps to remind you that you don't always have to have everything figured out and planned, and it's okay to just go with the flow and not feel guilty about not having been totally efficient in your day. That's okay. It's just as long as you're going with the flow. And in that space where you're allowing that gratitude and seeing the beauty of the day. So don't close yourself off. I'm speaking to myself and my heart, because sometimes I do that when it gets so in my mind. Anyway, and another thing that I wanted to add was Monday, I did not care what I was doing. I was literally doing photo shoots. Like, I have this little grippy thing on my phone where it can stick to anything. You best believe I was doing cute little videos and photos, and I was blasting my music and my AirPods and just having a grand old time. Did not care. And sometimes that can feel awkward. And I kind of started to go into my shell a little bit. I was like, why am I so awkward? But then I realized maybe it's not awkward. Maybe it's really just me feeling uncomfortable with getting out of my comfort zone. And it's definitely uncomfortable. And it definitely feels a little bit awkward, if you will. But you're not awkward. It's just you're coming out of your shell. You're doing something that's out of your comfort zone. But you know what? You're doing it for your happiness. And I think that's really important, because isn't your happiness worth fighting for? It's as simple as that. I was at the Musée de l'Ordre, Museum of Order, I believe it's called, and I saw this poster of welcoming, by the way, Museum of Order is World War II specific, at least from what I saw. And they had this sign welcoming their allies, and they said, you know, we've suffered for a really long time, but we never gave up on our hope, in the hopes that our allies would come and help us. And we've suffered a lot, emotionally, physically. And it was so, oh my gosh, it was so heart-wrenching to see and read that, and just imagine how much everyone suffered worldwide. I mean, obviously this was a world war, but it just made me think about how they never lost hope. And going back a few weeks, I went to the Louvre Museum, and there was a painting, and it's a very famous painting, and I'm sorry that I don't know the name of it, but it was a woman holding the flag of, like, France's national flag. And she's waving it, and she's a symbol of freedom. She's a symbol of hope. And our tour guide was saying, yeah, in this country, we do something really well. We always, we're very good at protesting. We're very good at fighting for our rights, our freedom, our hope, basically. And it made me think, in a much smaller scale, obviously not a whole country, but it still applies in your day-to-day. How are you fighting for your happiness? How are you how are you bringing gratitude into your life? How are you keeping your mind open to that gratitude? And isn't your happiness worth fighting for? And isn't it worth stepping out of your comfort zone and feeling awkward as hell? But you know what? The results are worth it. So those are my 2 cents for the day, because I just went through that. And again, it is a process. I'm definitely still learning. It's, I had days after that week that definitely did not get up early enough. But you know what? We're trying. It's a learning process, and that's the best I can do. So I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful week, and I will see you guys next week. And by the time, my gosh, I go home next Sunday, October 1st. I'm so sad. This trip is already ending, and I have so many feelings about that. So anyway, I wish you all a beautiful week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that these stories and lessons and thoughts have resonated with you as they did with my heart this week, and as I specifically try to continue to implement them in my life to continue to find joy and continue to feel that gratitude that I know I can. It's just trying to simplify it and not overcomplicate it. So I love you all so much. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.